Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Marine Arena video. Today I'm going to be covering the basics and advanced strategies that can be used in Marine Arena scrims. I wanted to use this replay as a good example because there's a lot of really good teams in this game. If you were going to look at this game on paper, you'd probably say Team 4, which is the team I'm on, has the least chance of winning this game. Given we do have a really strong cross, but cross you know, doesn't always indicate that you're going to win the game. Um, Although a lot of times it does help. So as you can see, I'm opening with a kind of a standard double Viking opener. Now the reason why I prefer a Viking opener over this Reaper opener or a Ghost opener is because Viking is kind of a neutral opener. You're actually strong into everything. Ghost can't one shot them. Actually, Ghost can't really one shot anything. But I feel like Ghost might have a slight advantage onto the Reaper because you can auto attack it maybe once or twice and then snipe, and if they don't notice, it's 100% dead. And I feel like the Reapers might need to play a little bit safer. Whereas like Viking, you could just kind of A move and you're always going to get a good trade. Very high DPS from Vikings since they have such a low attack speed with the War Prism on top of them. So one thing you need to know about scrimming and stuff like that, if you want to get better at it, there's certain mercenary combinations that work extremely well. For example, Sniper Brutalisk. Nothing counters both Sniper and Brutalisk. Like the best thing you can do against Sniper and Brutalisk is go Brutalisk yourself. That way you counter one and then trade even into the other. But you know, if we can get this early mercenary composition out on the map, um, we're gonna do good, especially with the Lancers here. I wasn't too sure what Rain was trying to do with this build, but I think he was just testing out how just stalkers feel with the War Prism. Don't know. I don't think he goes Blink yet. Maybe a bit later. I can't remember. So here I'm getting the Vulture. I have a War Prism, all the Viking upgrades. I have the Vulture speed upgrade. And now I'm going to start stacking a few attack damage upgrades, I believe. Yes, attack damage upgrades. So as I can see, there's Ghosts Reaper next to me, and then the Stalker Ghost next to me. I'm just trying to trade with anyone and everyone. As you can see, my score is a bit higher than everyone's, and that's not actually because I'm taking that much better trades off of everyone. It's just I'm consistently switching who I'm trading with, right? So like, if you're trading with one guy and you gain 120 minerals from it, and then this guy didn't trade, Rain didn't trade at all. I go over to Rain and I have an extra attack damage upgrade. I'm going to be a little bit favored into Rain, and I'm already ahead on bounty. So it's not like, oh, I'm actually destroying everyone with trades. No, I'm just switching up who I'm trading with, so I'm getting max value, and actually out trading people who maybe I shouldn't. And then obviously War Prism's really good with the Zealots. One thing I would be careful with about War Prism. Oh, I could slow it down even more. Nice. One thing I'd be careful about War Prism is when you're doing these Warp Zealots, make sure you're not getting sniped by ghosts. I know it can be a little bit hard, so maybe just throw down a scan, because if you're getting sniped by ghosts, it's very easy for him to cloak in and then just right click it with his ghosts, and it will probably die just from the auto attack and snipe combination. So yeah, just be sure. As you can see, I'm kind of moving my War Prism away. I'm trying to juke it. I'm not too sure if he's sniping or not. Sometimes the animation could be a little bit weird since ghosts, basically ghosts now have a pretty slow auto attack. So it's kind of hard because usually when their animation, their gun kind of goes down and it looks like they're auto attacking or sniping. So it's kind of hard to tell. Anyway, I told my ally to go fast sniper. I'm not too sure what the plan was. I think he could have actually gone fast sniper. I guess he decided to wait a little bit. Now, fast sniper would have been extremely good. We have Raider Cross. Interesting. And as you can see, Goat is doing extremely well with the Reapers across from me. Hasn't lost a Reaper that I know of. I think. Oh no, Ramen has not lost a Ghost. Okay. Oh, Ramen loses a Ghost there. Bam. I was like, oh, he's gonna lose a Ghost, but yeah, obviously both me and Goat are doing very well, and we're across from each other, so it's It's looking good so far. As you can see, I warped in those warp zealots over here just because I did not want to fight Panda or warp in warp zealots against Panda with his 2 ghosts during the fight. And also, when you're in a early game like this, trading with your cross is extremely good, and that is because even if you take a bad trade with your cross, it actually kind of benefits you as long as you're not losing any elites or anything like that, obviously. But if you and your cross are both ahead, that means it's a pretty easy path to the late game. And what I mean by that is like in SD, it's going to be a 50-50 between you and your cross's team, whereas opposed to any team could win. And obviously, you prefer to be in the 50-50 than in the 1 out of 4 chance, right? Yeah. So we see the fast raiders come out. I guess he's not even buying a medevac because he's just going to use the middle heal. That's pretty nice. I think he'll buy one now, probably. Yeah. So these stalkers, I was actually very surprised that the Lancer pick didn't come out earlier. As soon as he saw the raider, I finally shot a dark and bought some snipers. Now instead of going for these 2 attack upgrades, I think it would have been much better to just instantly got by that. But yeah, so far Vikings are feeding extremely well. Maybe not quite as well as the Reapers still, but they're cheaper in the total. They're cheaper because you only need 2 of them versus 3. I think I picked Brutalist right about now. Yeah. Panda also picking Brutalist, and then Ramen going for Desi's. Not too sure why Ramen went for Desi. I think. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a bad pick because Lancer Desi is another combination that's very good. It's kind of like Raider Goliath or any or the one I talked about, Brutalist against Sniper. Now, as you can see, me and Goat are ahead, and that means we can both be pretty aggressive on the map. Not really too much can happen. If we get flanked, the chances are the other cross will also flank, and it will be fine. So Ramen trying to be sneaky with his ghosts, but guess he doesn't really want to act on it quite yet. Reaper goes down from Goat. Good thing about Reapers are you lose one, they're not that expensive, they're replaceable. And yeah, as we were seeing in the openers, we got some Archon Lord got some Corruptors, and the reason he got this is because his ally went air. So Corruptors counter air, but they also kind of counter each other. So if you can get Corruptors, you can kind of negate the other guys countering your air. So here, I mean, I have Brutalisk, and this guy hasn't even picked a Merc Rhino. So it's always going to be a great trade for me. Always try to take those trades if you can. You're always going to be at an advantage. Rhino picks Goliath. Now, the thing is, actually nothing counters both Brutalisk and Goliath. So that's also a great combination. The only thing I will say is it's a bit slow. So at least we have, on our composition, we have these snipers that can stim in, put pressure on people. And Shot and Dark's doing a good job of keeping the flank, by the way. He's just sitting here. He's making sure I'm not getting flanked. If your ally, if you're a little bit behind, you can make the decision to just play support, and that's exactly what he's doing. He knows he's not going to take a great trade into Ramen because Ramen has the counter to his Merc. Oh, Rain getting Goat's compound. That is actually very big. So the thing about Goat's compound is it was an air compound, so that thing is expensive. You're not gonna. He needs to rebuy it, and Rain got quite a lot from it. So here I'm just trying to trade into Ramen because I know I counter him. Probably not the worst trade. I see that Rhino does something weird this game. I want to see his build actually. Goat kills another one of Ramen's ghosts. So that means Ramen has only 1 ghost left. Now, a shot in the dark. Do believe he gets dropped quite a bit here on his compound. And as you can see, I'm scaling a lot of health. Brutalisk is very good at scaling health. Damage and health are your big friends with Brutalisk, since you actually start out. You're one of the mercs that starts out with the most armor without upgrading any armor. You have like 3 armor. That's pretty nice. So you don't, armor isn't as important. Also, the Brutalists have a very big hitbox, so it's harder for stuff to splash against them. Like these Desis are hitting 1, and the strength of Desis is that they splash. And it doesn't take a genius to know I'm going to win that fight, because I also counter him. So Goat is losing actually quite a bit. Not great play from Goat right there. Lost his meta or War Prism and his Vulture. Meanwhile, on this side, Shot in Dark unfortunately loses many, but I understand the play. It wasn't the worst play. He was trying to pressure them. He saw that they started folding, and maybe he thought these guys were flanking, but they didn't. So we'll give him the pass on that one. So the Goliaths, the thing about Goliaths that's very interesting is that they do counter the Brutalisk, but Brutalisk has this weird, I guess, thing where if they get even slightly ahead of the mercs that counter them, they still trade decently well into them, and it's because of this glaive attack. It keeps bouncing around. So basically, it's bouncing around, and Savior goes down. It's bouncing around and it's causing massive damage even to the stuff that counters them, because I'm not too sure why. There's some reason. I don't have the theoretics about it quite yet. I can't remember why. Um, but anyway, you can see I have a good mix of upgrades. Usually what I do when I get ahead is just go for super strong mercenary upgrades. So I don't really have to do like a sneaky hero or anything like that to come back. I could just brute force my way through the entire map. And I also understand that Rhino counters me, and Rhino is like the only person who's actually been actively trading with me. So I'm fine taking bad trades with Rhino. Or not bad trades, sorry, but I'm fine taking trades with Rhino even though he counters me, because I am stronger than him. So this Merc compound does go down a few times, unfortunately. And the counterplay to this is to keep some mass at home. But I think Shot in Dark was a little bit, I don't know, Shot in Dark is kind of like the newest player in this lobby, or not newest player, but he's newest to scrimming. So I think maybe he was a little bit nervous, he probably knows what the right play is. He just, sometimes when you're in the wrong state of mind or something like that, you make the wrong play even though you know what the right play is. So here I'm willing to trade with Team 1 just because I'm ahead of them by a bit. And I noticed that no one else wants to trade with me except for Team 1. So I'm just going to consistently trade with Team 1, even if it's maybe a bit of a bad trade for me. But yeah. So I didn't realize Goat actually got kind of screwed over this game. He's actually not at 10k with me. He's actually more at around possibly even 8.5, something like that. He's lost quite a bit. Yeah. Archon Lord is destroying the Goliaths. And I think this is where Rhino makes the decision. No, not quite yet. So this is a good trade for Shot in Dark. He counters him. But Shot in Dark is behind, and his freaking mercenary compound dies again. So, I think maybe I should have said something earlier. I should have been like, hey, keep some units at home, please. But I don't think he ends up doing that anyway, when I do tell him. So as we see here, Raiden is kind of focused on going for compounds. I mean, that's fair. He's kind of behind, but I don't know. For me, I'm already like the style of the game. It feels like Team 3 is actually kind of out of it already, in the sense that they're already relying on gimmicks to try to make bounty. And the thing about gimmicks that's kind of weird is usually they can only work once or twice in the game. So I mean, Raiden's been pretty lucky. He's been getting quite a lot of compounds. He's been playing it pretty well. But eventually those compounds are gonna run out, and SD's gonna hit. And then the income from middle is just going to be passively more than what Raiden's going to be getting from compounds. So yeah. Okay, so Shot in Dark is quite behind. He's at 6k, 6.6. Lost around maybe 3-4 compounds already, so he's even further behind. I think right now, if we look at the bounties, Team 1 is actually ahead cumulatively. So Rhino actually going for a sneaky infestor. That's what I was talking about. Now, I do like this play a lot from Rhino because he's in the middle and his cross isn't doing too well, right? So when you're in this position, you need something that will put you at an advantage. He got a nice flank there even, but you need something that can put you at an advantage in the map. And what I mean by that is like, or on the map rather. So as soon as Rhino can get a queen out, he'll actually have map control. I will no longer be able to really poke him as hard as I have been. So it's definitely a great thing to have. Here I get flanked by Ramen. It's no big deal though. I don't lose any elites. Rain's still going for this compound sniping. I don't know if he'll get it. I wouldn't. Wait, what? Why did he recall? Oh, okay. I don't know. Interesting. No, the compound sniping must be really annoying for Team 1. Able to kill a ghost. Nicely done by him. So one thing I want to say is, when you're in a scrim like this, you do want to be looking at the bounties quite a bit. And the second they move, you could kind of tell who's going to trade with who, and then you can hit a nice flank on them. So like I think that's what Archon Lord just did. He looked at the bounty, saw we were trading, and then went for the flank. And even if you're doing if you're doing a bad trade, like the putting pressure and letting your cross trade better is always a good thing. And then here I'm like, leave some units because it's happened so many times. He said would be half of my army. I think this is a bit of an exaggeration because right now he only has 280 supply. So I think if he left maybe like 150 supply there, he would be fine. He doesn't need his entire army with him at all times because he's not. It's not like he's actually getting a lot of trades anyway. If he could just deny this compound snipe, it would, he'd be doing a lot better this game. So Rhino is just it might seem like Rhino's taking bad trades, but he is going all in hero. And what that means is, even if it's a bad trade, if he can get his hero out, he'll start shitting on me in the fights. Like it's basically we're investing our money into different things. I'm investing into army, basically a more armor focused. Like my army is really strong right now. I have really good upgrades. So this allows me to kind of maintain the map control for now. But I guess if I knew Rhino was going for Queen, because my plan in this game was good to go for Queen myself, I would have started upgrading my Queen earlier as well. He got the Queen to max, nice. 30 minutes into the game, not bad, especially considering he did go army. Shot in Dark doing a nice drop, keeping the army at home, smart. Never know when Rain will go for the drop. Yeah. Even keeping a few units up here will give you a lot of warning time for when you're getting dropped or something or for when he's going for your compound. I'm pretty sure it happens again. Like, oh my god. Does it really happen again? Bro. That's funny. Alright, well, note to everyone watching, make sure you guys have units at home if someone's doing this to you. I know how tempting it is to F2 all your units and use them on the field at all times, but if someone keeps going for your freaking compound, the best counterplay to that is to not lose your compound. It will actually put you more ahead than you could have of just beating off everyone. Rhino getting the Fester out. However, not a queen quite yet. You just need a few more minerals. Templar for Rain as well. Queen Infestor is morphing. So I think Panda sent him a few minerals. You're allowed for in scrims for 1,000 minerals per 10 minutes. And then I tell my ally doing the same. It's good to communicate always with your ally what you're doing because you never know what he's doing, right? He could be going full Tassadar or something, and double spellcaster isn't the best build. You kind of want some hero diversity, like one hero that can kill heroes and the other one that can deal AoE damage. Uh, having both of the same isn't the best. Queen is still morphing. No, I do know that it's them getting the queen, so now that's why I was a bit. This is a bit nerve wracking for me because now I'm gonna have a queen. My allies behind. I'm not actually going to be able to take great trades against the queen. Dark Templar is here. Do you notice it? By the way, we call that maneuver the truth maneuver. When you go for a freaking elite with your DT. Truth's a big fan of that. Being just super annoying with his DT. He's killed a few CCs with it as well in clutch moments. So the queen. I see that the Dark Templar move there, and I'm trying to force it to blink in the middle, and it actually does. So that was pretty nice. I think Rain confused which color scanned him, so maybe he thought it was Rhino, and it was actually me. So a bit of a misplay there, but understandable why it happened. So right now, Rhino is trying to put pressure on me for being the highest bounty player. This is generally a pretty good rule, and he's giving his cross good trades. Now notice that. He knows his cross is behind the last place in the game right now. He knows that in order to win this game, he needs to make his cross stronger. So he's definitely taking bad trades on purpose-ish. Team 2 is actually able to take very nice trades against Team 3. So I do end up getting the leech with my normal infestor on his queen. So I'm actually able to take a fight, which is really nice. I think he was surprised. He wasn't aware that, that queen was there. Or that Fester was there, rather. So I'm just trying to take any trade I can. I don't want to be too ambitious because obviously Rhino can always come up from behind like he is doing now, and I'm going to get destroyed. Luckily, he did fungal my ally. But he got basically everything shot in Dark Hat, so that's really unfortunate for him. But on the other hand, I didn't lose much, so it was kind of a good thing for our team. I think if I were Rhino, I would have fungled me, and then Ramen could stutter step in with his army and kill some stuff. This was kind of a ballsy play, and I'll tell you how I fucked up in that play is I re-burrowed my infestor. So when the queen fungals a unit, it can no longer use its burrow and unburrow abilities for whatever reason. And although Fester does take reduced damage in the burrowed state, if I kept it on burrow, I would have been able to pick it up with my War Prism. And I already leached Rhino, so you can't refungal my War Prism or anything like that. So yeah, a bit of a misplay there. When I look back at it, I can tell you what the right play was, I think. So clearing creep is a great way of reducing Queen's ability to do anything on the map. So I tell my ally 1,000 and Queen in hopes he has 1,000. Although I should have probably known he doesn't have 1,000 because he's been getting completely destroyed all game. So as you see, Rhino's bounty is actually caught up to mine almost. And that's just off this map control with the Queen. Team 2 can't really do anything about it. I can't really do anything about it. So what do? I say, all right, I need to trade with these guys. I actually lose my queen or my Fester in a pretty bad way. Like that shouldn't have happened. But I'm not too worried about it because it's Team 3, right? Team 3 is very behind me. If I can take any trade with Team 3, I will. Like as you see here, I'm like, all right, he's going to get my sentry. Well, he's not going to notice me killing his sentry. So, all I'm trying to do is get my own queen. And that's exactly what I do. I don't care about losing a sentry, as long as I can morph my queen before sudden death. Oh, okay, this is dangerous. Shadow Dark should not be out here. Just because you have an Overseer doesn't mean anything. Even if Shadow Dark stuns Rhino's Overseer, Rhino's army is still stronger. Holy crap, 10 attack on his queen? Okay, don't do this, guys. 10 attack on your queen is far too much. He could have gone for 5 and then straight Marines. I assume he's still going for straight Marines, but he did not need 10 attack. 10 attack is way too much. Joke's on Rhino. I'm not coming out of my base. This guy just wasted a bunch of time. I know better than to try to fight. But this is not going to be good for Archon Lord. Yeah. As you can see here, yeah, this is really bad. You see, the difference between me and Team 2 is, like, I was patient because I'm morphing my hero. And I did realize that I need to help in any way I can. And since my Brutalists are so tanky, it's actually not the worst trade against the Queen. And it gets a nice snipe on my War Prism, didn't quite notice that. So, bit unfortunate. And now we're going into the late game. Decided that's in 2 minutes. And what are we prioritizing now? We should Planetary Fortress, which I'm doing right now. Shadow Dark's staying sad because he's been having kind of a rough game. But he's doing the right thing. He needs to go for a Spectre to help me combat the other queen. I think Panda's doing the exact same thing as well. Can't remember when he does it. Now, the best combination in a Scrim is a queen and a phoenix, or an HTA and a phoenix. That is because Phoenix is actually the ultimate anti-hero counter. So now I have a queen of my own. SDs in a second. I do get the leech on Rhino's queen right before sudden death hits. So what does that mean? I can hold mid for maybe 2 ticks, I think. He can't do anything. Rain's still trying to drop this, but I think he misunderstood what I had. I don't think he understood I had a queen. So we get the Prism, get the DT. Really nice trade for us. And Shadow Dark did not lose his compound for the first time in the game. So that's really great. So right now, what am I trying to do? I'm just trying to negate Rhino's queen pressure. I don't think Rhino can really do anything to me if I also have a queen. Because if he goes for the fungal, I go for the leech. If he goes for the leech, I go for the fungal. So it's you know, it's like reverse, kind of a reverse thing. Panda also gets a commando level 4. So both the commandos are level 4. Now, commando isn't that scary yet. Once it's max or a Spectre, that's when the commando starts really dominating. So I see Rhino's queen gets lifted. I do hit the fungal on it instantly. Do I get it here? No, I don't. Barely not. Save my elite, save my hero. It's alright. We actually get Panda's Mando. So that's very big. PF is always a good thing to have. You never know when someone will try to drop you. So we leech each other there. And fun fact, the guy who leeches, the second one who leeches, gets more energy because his leech will end and mine will go for a few more seconds. So yeah, try to be the second one who leeches, although it doesn't matter. Doesn't actually matter that much, yeah. So Rhino is actually in a harder spot than me because he has to deal with these Phoenix on the side, whereas I don't really need to deal with that. And every time I'm going for the leech on Rhino's queen or any hero, I'm always doing the shift click. I'm doing Y, shift back. Now, why do I do that? It's because it's faster than my reaction would be. So he fungos me, but I did get the leech. Then I drop, go for that. But unfortunately, I actually didn't have enough mass to do anything. I got sniped by the Mando. Let's see what level that thing is. Level 5, okay. So, not quite enough to kill me. Only Spectre could one-shot the Queen, but Mando, I think max level could do 50% of its health. So you gotta still be pretty careful. I am building up a bit of a lead. Been holding mid the most out of anyone, I think. So as you can see in a sudden death, I'm always just trying to contest the mid. Middle is extremely important. I am taking solid trades, but the reason I'm ahead of everyone is because I'm holding middle and contesting for it more than anyone. And this is also a strength of these Brutalisks. It's like Rhino does have a queen, but the fungal doesn't actually one-shot them. So they can still hold their ground for a bit. So I leech him. He didn't leech me actually, so nice. So every time that he leeches me, or I leech him, I go for pretty dodgy fungals because I know he can't really do anything. I think I leech him again there. Get a nice fungal on him as well. Right now I'm kind of just bullying Rhino. And it's all off of the fact that I've been getting more leeches on him than he has on me. And also, keep in mind, Rhino has to deal with these Phoenix, so he's a little bit scared. Not a great trade for Team 2, but Team 3 is already kind of out of this game. Shot in the Dark, slowly and steadily catching up, but still, if we look at the scores, he is behind Panda by around 5k, and I would argue more, because he's lost his compound a few times. He's lost a lot of shit a few times, actually. So, Robin getting Overseer to try to deal with the Queen. I fungal. They're going for the Queen. I don't think the Queen dies here. It doesn't, but the Ghost does, so. Every time I see that Queen lifted, I'm going to play a little bit more aggressive on Team 1. I do want it out of the game because it will ensure I hold mid. Right now, Rhino is my biggest threat because Team 2 has lost a lot and it doesn't feel like they have that much pressure. So if I can get it back into that 50-50 that I was talking about in the very early game, I'll be in an advantage because I'm coming into it with a lead. Here I do decide to go for rapid fire Marines. I think they're the strongest right now on their own. Obviously, if a Queen or something like that, a spellcaster is giving you a lot of trouble, I would recommend Blink. But right now I feel like rapid fire is maybe the strongest bet. They try to go for some gimmicky Colossus Beam, the stun on the War Prism, DT stun. Doesn't quite work out for them. I don't think they have enough damage for it. But it does buy the middle, so it was still a good play. Remember, anything that gets you middle is almost anything that gets you middle is going to be a good play, besides maybe losing your ultimate. And then even then you could argue, if you could trade ultimates, it's a good thing for you if you're in the lead. So yeah. Playing around with Rhino. Rhino has maybe hit 2 fungals on me this game. Or sorry, not fungals, leeches on me this game. I've hit a lot of leeches on him. So that's kind of why this is going this way. And I'm kind of messing with Rhino. I get another leech on him. But, you know, I leech him, he leeches my allies Mando. Kind of funny stuff, but they try to do the same combination. I was a little bit too fast. They didn't get the full stun off. They maybe could have killed it there. So I fungal Rhino's Queen. Actually could have killed it potentially. I mismicroed that a bit. I could have hit another fungal a little bit faster. Fungal on the War Prism and bam. Okay, so my Marines are out. Marine scaling is important. I'm going for some health. Now, Rhino hit the leech on me, and I waited till my last 50 energy to leech him back. That way I won the leech battle. I wouldn't recommend that. I would recommend just getting the leech because they can like pick up in their War Prism after they leech in. But, you know, I was a little bit... I built up some confidence. I was ahead of everybody, and I was like, all right, let me do some fantasy plays on this guy. Now, he actually leeches me, but then I fungal him. So then... And the Shot in the Dark Overseer makes it so the Queen cannot unburrow. So basically, I get a kill for free off of Shot in the Dark, sick Overseer stun. So very, very well played by him. Now, Shot in the Dark, let's give him some props. He's behind everyone by 10k around, and he's still doing being useful. You know, so you know it's kind of hard to do when you're this far behind, but you know, good for him. So here I'm realizing, all right, maybe my cross has gotten stronger than Team 1. Time to maybe fungal them a little bit. You know, I'm not doing anything too crazy, just fungling maybe like a Raven here or there. Don't want to cripple them, but I do want to get some money off them. I don't want to let them snowball. Because keep in mind, my ally still is bottom score. I can't Can't let that happen. So Spectre is out. Unfortunately, wait. Did we lose it? Yeah, I think we lost our Spectre instantly. I think we were a little bit too ballsy with it. So that's a bit of. Oh no, he did it. He saved it. All right, good job. But he was a little bit too ballsy with it. Even if it lived, it doesn't mean he wasn't ballsy. So right now, as we can see, the difference between never mind, Rhino's scaling like me. Never mind. So I'm just going for massive health, massive attack damage on my Marines. I do have the rapid fire epic upgrade. 240 life on this, like damn, that's a lot. But it helps a lot against. I mean, actually, it doesn't really help against the Queen. It helps a lot against stuff like the Colossus, the Dark Templar, the splash from other units. The Queen is gonna one shot it regardless, so it's not a great reason. The Overseer is over here, and as you can see, I'm also putting Overseers, and Rhino's Queen actually dies. I noticed he was kind of out of position. So I definitely want to put pressure on Rhino still. So right now I'm realizing that Rhino is kind of out of the game. Like Rhino can't really do much. I'm hitting fungals on Team 3 a little bit. I don't want Team 3 to come back either. There's no reason for that. But now my main concern is probably Team 2. Team 2 is definitely the second highest bounty in the game right now. And also, we have to keep in mind the different players on each team. It's like if Rain were at like 5k under me, that's a little bit different than I don't know what I was trying to say here. Actually, every player in this game is at a comparable skill level. I mean, obviously, Rain is probably better than Rhino, but what I mean by that, okay, this was bad. I went for a big fungal. Sometimes you got to risk it for the biscuit. But sometimes it doesn't pay off and you get shit on by everyone, as you just saw. I kind of did deserve it. So what do? I instantly drop Marines so I can get some more feed. And I can still contest middle. So I do contest middle. Keep team 2 off of middle. Just because my hero is dead, that's no reason they should have free middle for no reason. Rhino's Queen Infestor does come out. I don't think I noticed this, and I get fungled pretty damn hard. Yeah, that was unfortunate. But it's alright, because he fungal mostly Brutalisks, and they'll live. Now, as I was saying, the threat is Goat is very nice. Is going to have a very nice endgame against me. They do arguably have the better comp. So if Archon Lord bought a hero like a HTA, maybe even a Colossus, even a Colossus, they will have the better comp against me. They have the Nyx to lift, maybe even add in Overseers to shut down the Queen completely, and then you have the air on top of the ground. Can force me out of middle 100%, in my opinion. Now, I do tell my ally about the DA buffs and stuff like that, so just so he's not too ballsy with the spec, but he did get a nice kill on Rhino, the sneaky little Spectre going through. I have my Observer here because I know Panda has a Spectre. I do not want to get Ninja Lashed. Ninja Lashing is kind of a YOLO move on US. It's not really like EU. On Europe, you could kind of do it all the time. So he does get the No. The Spectre actually gets picked up. All right. So yeah, I'm trying to just get any money I can. I do want middle, but it's kind of hard to contest middle with a Colossus there. When 3 people are contesting middle, the best thing you can do is back away and let the other 2 people fight for a little bit. That's because when you'll come back, you'll have more mass than them, and then you can actually have momentum and maybe kill a few elites, something like that. So basically, you'll negate their middle income because they'll have to be rebuying their elites and stuff like that. So as you can see here, I'm in a position where I'm not really the one fighting for middle completely. Like it's the fight between Team 2 and Team 3 is more prominent than me. But I'm still in the poke position, so I'm seeing exactly what's going on, and then I can decide whether or not I want to capitalize on something happening in middle. I did kind of miss this because my tower was taken by Rhino, and I was a little bit scared of a Ninja Lash, but if I were poking middle, I would have seen that, and I would have capitalized on the Ramen getting picked up and maybe killed some more Ramen stuff. The Spectre does get lifted here. I don't think it dies. Nope, does not die. And as you can see, my queen is very far back. Now, the reason for this is because I don't want it to get stunned, but okay, that was a bit of a ballsy play. I don't want it to get stunned by the Overseer or the DA, but I also want it to be there. So so what I want to explain to you guys is Rain has an offensive comp, right? He has the blink and the DA. The only way the DA can actually blink at me is if he kills the queen with the DA blink in and Void Prism. If the queen never dies, he can never actually blink at me because I'll just root his DA and kill it. Kind of like here, like he blinked in, and for that reason, he didn't kill the queen, and I was able to kill his DA. It's as simple as that. I'm ahead too, so it's like no matter how it goes, his DA is gonna die if he doesn't kill the queen. Now here, I'm kind of looking to end the game, but since my ally is so weak, and what I mean by end the game is kill someone off, this time I'm actually baiting out the lifts like a good boy, and at the time he does lift me, he doesn't have enough mass to capitalize on it. Sometimes you can actually allow yourself to get lifted if you see they have low mass, because a lot of people, when they lift it, they're like, oh, I lifted it, I'm going to kill it. But in reality, you have more mass than them, so you'll just shit on their mass, and the lift will be pretty much non-existent. Like, it doesn't really matter. I don't need my queen at that point. So yeah, I am at 51k. My ally's at 23. My ally does need to come back, though, for me to win. So I think that what's going on is right now we were I think some people were in a voice chat. I think I was part of that too. I can't quite remember. But basically team 2 were kind of arguing at each other. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Archon Lord is known for him and his ally not getting along if they start losing. So that's just normal things. It's nothing to be. So right now you see I'm doing this back and forth movement. This back and forth movement is very stressful for the next player. Goat's responsibility is to lift this queen. And if I keep doing that and he lifts and he misses both lifts, it's not great. So Shadow Dark kills Ramen's Colossus with the Spectre. Very nice. But I think he does. Yeah, he loses his Spectre, unfortunately. The DA does come in. I do lose it, but I do get the DA. You know what? Right? A lot of people might say, oh, you lost your queen. I don't care. I just killed Rhino's mass. I killed Rain's mass and his hero for one hero. So this is when I decide, all right, I need Ravens. Queen cannot be my only source of splash, because if it is, it's too easy to counter. But if I have Ravens too, you can't disable all my sources of splash in the singular fight. So if I can keep Raven bombing, and I also have a lot of health scaling, so my energy is just rapidly going up. It's going up like no tomorrow. But yeah, 2 Ravens, rebuying Queen, switch to the Temple Lots. Temple Lots are arguably the best mercenary in the late game. As you can see, I'm pre-splitting this because I know these guys are going to come and fight me. But if I'm split, he's not going to get the most massive fungals, and then maybe I can keep fighting. So yeah, as you can see, I didn't get completely shit on because my army wasn't completely clumped there. And I know Team 3 can't contest because their Colossus died. So yeah. That being said, Team 2 is ahead of me still. Remember, the combined bounty is a lot further ahead of me than with Shadow and Dark. I might have strong shit, but that doesn't mean my ally does. Basically what I'm trying to say. Disruption webs going down from the Phoenix, quite annoying. The units tend to derp out as soon as the disruption web goes down. Rhino drops Merc Marines. And then I'm telling my ally kind of the strategy of the game. We need to kill someone. The longer the game goes, the more chances we're dying, and the more chances someone will team on us and end us together. What do we need to do to ensure that doesn't happen? We have to kill off these 2 teams. As soon as we kill off these 2 teams, it's a 2v2 between us and Team 2. And in our current position, you might think, oh, they're ahead by bounty, but I feel like we will win the 2v2. We do have the Spectre, which is quite good. I do have a lot stronger Marines. Not a lot stronger. A little bit stronger. I do have better scaling for sure. And we have the Queen Infestor hero, which he doesn't. Okay. So we do hit a nice fungo on rain. I do get the ultimate Colossus from Goat's Lift. My own thing gets lifted. Does it die? Yeah, it does. But I get the... Oh, no. Oh, I got the DA. Okay. Again. Okay, so then I kill both heroes, and I'm like, alright, I'm gonna end. Not sure why. Oh, yeah, I remember why. No. Goat is being really annoying with the disruption webs, so it feels kind of hard to end them. Ramen also dropped his own Merc Marines, and the issue is they have more mass. I think if I had Untouch, maybe I could have ended them. The issue is Rapid doesn't feel that good for ending. You lose too many Marines too quickly. If I had like a Sentry and Untouch, I would have been I actually might have been able to end. But yeah. So I decide, all right, let's keep playing for mid. Can't let them have too much for mid. One thing I will say is when you recognize you can't end someone, don't keep trying. Well, what I mean by that is you could try next time. Next time I kill both heroes, but you don't want to spend too much time trying to end one guy, because what will happen is Team 2 will hold mid forever because they'll beat Team 1, and then you'll come back to the game even if you do kill them, and you will no longer be in the lead. So don't focus too hard on one player. Shot in Dark doing great stuff with the Spectre, killing off Panda Spectre. Always a good thing for us being the leaders. Any hero that dies is good for us. My queen's about to come out. So now the game has kind of folded into this 1v1 that I was talking about between, or 2v2 that I was talking about between me and Team 2. The other teams are too far behind. Rhino's queen goes down. Very nice. Shot into Dark is slowly but steadily catching up. So good by him. Not only does the middle income benefit him a lot, but also him killing these heroes does bring him up in score quite a bit. Now, as you can see, I did kind of this attack damage rush. Might not be the best upgrade pathing, but I was getting money so quick that I just wanted an easy way, brainless way to spend the money. The worst thing you could do is be holding on to the money, thinking about upgrades. Get both of Archon Lord's Corruptors. He kind of needs the corruption to even fight me right now, because my army is so much stronger than his. And I have a queen, so it's like, you know, yeah. So Rain goes in, kills my allies thing, able to actually save the DA, but Goat hitting a nice flank. But here, yeah, no, you can't blink on me, bro. I'm way stronger than you. I have Rapid, you know, you can't, yeah. Compared to these Marines, like, no, I don't think so. So I'm at 70k. What is he asking Chrono? Oh, he has an anti-unit tower. What? Now, I don't think Chronoing is a good use of my APM, although I could have done it. I don't think I was even sure what he meant by that, if I'm being honest. So, yeah, they kill my Observer and are making a Mothership, so obviously they're going for a game-ending play if possible on me. But yeah, pretty much... yeah, now this game gets kind of a bit toxic. Everyone is blaming each other. I think Rain was trolling a little bit, but yeah. So I'm up by quite a bit right now. Did he just kill his own many? I think so. Unlucky. So yeah, right now I'm a little bit scared. I don't want my people double teaming on me because I actually don't have that much mass. My ally is still weak, as I've been saying over and over again. Archon Lord has a lot of mass in middle. It's a bit scary. So right now I'm focusing on scaling. I'm upgrading all different categories to get the advantage. So basically, 2 hero damage upgrades is equal to 1 marine upgrade. So although maybe they were cheaper before, now I can finally focus on it because I wanted, like I said, I wanted brainless upgrades I didn't have to worry about. So yeah, we have a Mothership. I do have my Observer there again. Want to make sure I don't die to that. Still contesting middle, still doing some of the same stuff. So yeah, that's always good. Going in for the Seekers. So yeah, I see that I can't really use the Queen because Goat's Phoenix are there. But yeah, I can still Seeker. and the Seekers hurt. Um, I do get lifted, but I do get the fungal on the Phoenix, so I was able to kill it. So that's very nice. I did see the mothership. I tell my ally, good spot. Always help your ally with motivation. Always be nice to your ally. It's always a great thing. Makes them play better. So yeah, I'm a little bit more worried about Team 2, but I'm slowly and steadily outplaying them. So yeah, my bounty is growing faster. These turrets, by the way, in the end game, when you're super scaled, super strong. Like, actually insane. Like, 15 armor, 2,000 health almost. Like, insane. 54 attack upgrade. Damn. So yeah, we're kind of exchanging Seekers. So there, the Spectre goes down. Maybe I could have been paying more attention and capitalized on that, but it's no worries at all. I get middle now for free, pretty much. Yeah. So they fought each other. Now I get free middle. You know, it's always kind of how it goes. If the other two teams are fighting each other, you're probably gonna get free middle. So the double Seekers do go down. Overseer stuns my medevac, so I can't really do anything. He wants to pull me, but that's not really allowed. And I would rather he have stronger Marines. Like, he needs Marines. He shouldn't have been going 16 attack snipers. It's not a great idea. So yeah, I will pause the game right here, and I'm gonna just say, like, if we're looking at the bounties, this is kind of a rough position to be in. You're way ahead of everyone. Your allies way behind, and then your cross is pretty strong. I mean, a lot of people have been in this position. Motherships on both sides, threatening to kill us. Now, the one thing I will say as a tip is just keep your cool. Remember that you are ahead. You can lose a few fights. Your number one thing to not lose is your CC. That's how you actually lose a game. Even if you start falling behind, don't panic too much, because the other teams will realize that, and they'll start focusing the other team. So, you know, just keep doing what you've been doing. Just go for middle if you can. If you ever get the chance, finish someone off. This is why I was so intent on killing off Team 3, even though I was unable to. This exact situation. If everyone focuses me, I can still die. So yeah, just keep that in mind if you're ever in this position. But yeah, I mean, I am pretty knowledgeable about the end game, so I do understand how it works, and I'm keeping my cool. I'm not, you know, a lot of people, what I see of the newer scrimmers, and they're like, why are these people focusing me? By the way, this is a very ballsy play. I don't know. I'm not too sure why I went for this. I could have saved it. I don't know why I moved it forward. That was bad by me. Oh well. It happens, you know? Again, what was I talking about? Keep your cool. You fucking lost, or sorry about swearing, but you lost your queen for no reason. That's okay, man. You're ahead. That's why you're ahead. You're able to make a play like that. But yeah, right now, I don't know why I don't have a sentry. I should have a sentry, and also I did switch to blink. The reason I switched to blink is because if I can get the fungal on a hero and then blink on it, I'll kill it. So, you know, my Marines are way stronger than everyone's, so I can switch to blink. So yeah, I'm just doing the consistent stuff of contesting for middle. I do have my Raven Seekers available. I've been using them on random people, getting some bounty off that. The main thing that's good about Raven Seekers is people have to pull away when they get Seekered. It's not so much like the area damage is great, of course. And then now I have Blink, so I can dodge their Seekers. That's one of the great things about Blink. Blink might be the worst major right now, but in the scenario where everyone has Ravens, it might be the best one, just because you can dodge the Seekers without having to completely reset the fight. So yeah, right now, everyone is recognizing that I'm the strongest. Everyone is contesting me. No worries at all, though. Get the medevac, get the vulture. Gets the lash. Very nice. Very nice. I tell him to use spec with me and kill Team 3. It's exactly what he does. Very nice. So I'm going for the pretty ballsy Seeker. I get Rhino's Queen. Very nice. I'm so much stronger than Rhino that I can, anytime his Queen comes out, I can just fungal and blink on it. It will die every time. he won't have the reaction speed to pick it up even. I do so much freaking damage in a second that yeah. So here I want to kill off Team 3 sort of, but I also recognize that Team 2 can stop me. So you know what? This is kind of bad. I shouldn't be this undecisive. Usually you want to be very decisive. The mothership goes down, so I'm glad I didn't go for Team 3. Rhino, not really much. So right now my first thought is I need to kill off Team 2. They lost all their mass. And I probably could have, but I didn't. I could have killed that too. Oh no, Shot in the Dark, nice Spectre use. I go for the hero, for the Ravens, get him. So right now I'm way ahead of everyone. This is pretty much game over. We just kill almost every hero on the map. I see that Rain keeps trying for the mothership. I should kill someone, but I'm a little bit worried about how Team 2 is positioning themselves. So I kill both of the Phoenix, lift my hero. So yeah, very nice. I'm just so much stronger than them that it's not that big of a deal. And this is when Team 2 starts crumbling under the pressure. And I will give you some examples of how I'm using this queen. So basically, there's going to be a point. I'll call that out when it happens. Also, I'm not too sure why Archon didn't go Ultimate Phoenix, since it is a lot stronger. But yeah, we'll have to see. So we see Rain is trying to be really annoying with that mothership, always threatening to kill. I don't think Rain can actually kill. Nicely done. Spectre lashes the Colossus. Tries to vortex me, but I do kill the mothership, which is always nice. Big fungo on Archon Lord. So yeah, now I'm just snowballing out of control, killing almost every hero. I did switch to Untouch, so I've switched to every major in this game. And the good thing about majors is when you're this far ahead in a game, you can just switch back and forth. It's like, oh, okay, I have 2,000. I can just switch. If I feel like I need Blink, if I feel like I need this, you can always switch. And I tell my ally basically what needs to be done. And then, yeah, this is when the BM kind of starts. It's like, Archon Lord is like telling his ally, like, you can't hit a lift, you suck. Or not, I don't know if that's the exact wording that happened, but it was sounded sort of like that. So obviously this works to my advantage when the team isn't listening. And here I do lose my queen, but I do win the fight because of it. And this is what I'm talking about. You don't need the hero to win the fight when you're this far ahead. If I could just get one fungal in a fight, I pretty much win it. And this is when I'm like, all right, I could probably kill Team 1. And I probably could have. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I could have. Yeah, I probably could have. See, I'm a bit undecisive. I'm a little bit scared of a counter all-in, even though likely these counter all-ins would never happen, and I should just say, let's kill them. But sometimes you can't always make the right decision in the game. Got to recognize that. So my ally is getting lifted. The ravens come forward. Killing these ravens is pretty important because every time you revive them, they come out with not full energy, so he doesn't have Seekers right away. So right now I'm just way ahead of everyone. I'm the driver in this game. I have the driver's seat. I can do make any decision I want basically, and every play it's going to be around me. So yeah, I do of course buy all the base D upgrades. Doesn't cost that much for the amount of minerals I have. So always get those if you're way ahead like this. You don't want to die to something silly like a mothership. Having those upgrades preemptively too, it's like, would you rather have 2 armor before or after someone drops you? Like, if you lost half of your CC health and then you buy the armor upgrade, it's like, it's going to be different than if you had the armor upgrades the entire time someone was hitting your CC. So yeah. So right now, what do I see? I see that Team 2 is playing on this side-ish. Because Team 3 doesn't want to come out of base or something like that. So the Phoenix are going to be on this side because they're Goat's Phoenix, and that's his army. The non-Phoenix is going to be on this side. So what am I going to do? I'm going to try to play my queen on this side so I can get fungals on him. And if the Phoenix actually want to do anything to my army, or to my queen, they have to cross my entire army to lift. So yeah, I mean, as we can see, like right now is a prime example. I'm fungling, and if the Phoenix ever want to lift my queen, he has to go all the way through my army, and potentially they'll die. Right there, not the best play by me actually. I was talking about the right play, and then I do something like that. Nice job. Um, nice job, me. And I tell my ally 5 more minutes we win, which is true. We have a 145-minute rule, so if the game goes to the 145, we pause, and it's by highest bounty or CCs with bounty alive. So like if I died, my bounty wouldn't matter, but since we're both alive, we have the highest bounty, so we would get the win. So yeah, I'm keeping my queen on the left again, and I'm using seekers mainly on the right. Now, what do these seekers do? You know, we just saw that Goat blinks away from the seeker. What does that mean? That means Goat, if you list my queen, he cannot blink forward. That means my queen is safe. So basically what I'm doing is, again, playing this queen on the left side. They're not the greatest play. Goat's doing a good job lifting me, negating my energy so far. But all that you need to remember is I just need to get one fungal and the fight will change completely. Team 1 kind of fights Team 2 for a sec, so that's not good for them. Here, again, I can kill them. I don't know why I don't. Maybe it's out of principle. Maybe I'm like, oh, there's 5 minutes left. There's no way for me to lose. So I kill the Ravens. Killing the Ravens is always great. And by the way, I did not get a fungal in that fight, but since they were so focused on my queen, yeah, since they were so focused on my queen, they were unable to see that I killed both Ravens, so you didn't have any more splash. My ally says that I won solo, but in reality, we saw that my ally did contribute quite a bit with the hero kills and stuff like that. The thing you need to remember is when you're at the 140 mark and you're so ahead, you haven't won the game quite yet. There's still a lot that could happen for you to lose. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you're in a game like this. But yeah. So this is when Team 2 starts BMing each other because they're in voice. And I guess our Crown Lord is telling his ally, like, you aren't lifting the queen enough, which he is lifting the queen quite a bit. I think they just were a little bit out of sync. When he lifted the queen, Archon did nothing about it, and vice versa. So yeah, both Ravens again. This happens a lot, by the way, in high-level games. People BM each other. It's the same in like Valorant and stuff. So, you know, just like in Valorant, Marine Arena, it happens too. So this is when Archon kind of just gives up, and we won the game. Now, this isn't how every game will end. If people are all on the same page, I don't know why Team 3 is just AFK. I guess they were just bored. But if in a normal game, everyone will be trying to freaking kill you in these last 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So you got to just be very careful. As you can see, I need to actually, a smart thing to do is bank up a lot of minerals. So that way you can drop, if someone is trying to all in you, you can drop pods. And yeah, this is when the BM gets kind of, so the thing is, Goat has his mic muted in the chat. And they're BMing each other. So you're only seeing one part of the conversation. Rhino trying to use this opportunity to try to secure the second place with a mothership. I think this is when I told Ramen I'm gonna kill him, and he's like, "Don't kill me. What did I do?" But yeah. Anyway, I mean, I think this game is pretty much over. This is the ideal positioning, by the way, for your units. Have your spellcasters in the back, have your army in the front. This also makes it extremely hard for them to do anything. A lot of times what I see from newer scrimmers is they'll keep their queen like here, their ravens here, and it's like, all right, man, I don't know if you have like the god tier control that I've never seen before, but you do need some time to react to stuff happening. And this gives you the most time to react to something happening, and it gives you the most counterplay potential with the queen. Because you can move the queen forward, you can bait a lift, you can bait a second lift, and then you just win the fight because you could bungle the whole army when he doesn't have any lifts. But yeah, as I was saying, this isn't completely Goat's fault for being bad with Nyx, like you might be led to believe. I was zoning them with the army on this side and using this corridor with the queen to fungal Archon Lord. Let's say the opposite happens and the Nyx are over here. I just play the queen over here, same thing happens, right? So yeah, that's kind of what you need to do. As you can see, my Marines are extremely jacked. 20 armor, 31.5 armor, lot 40 damage. Yeah, we have a lot. 500 health. Archon Lord leaves the game. Game is over. Yeah, I mean, that being said, I'll just show the finish of the game so I can say, hey, look, we won this game, but obviously we won at this point. It's not hard to tell. I think I allowed them to kill their cross. I'll speed it up a little bit just so I can show you. So yeah, I'm really strong. I kill everyone off. Bam, 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 bam. And they're still BMing each other. And my army is just super strong, so GG. Anyway, I hope this helped you guys learn a thing or two about MA scrims, specifically the end game. A lot of the stuff that you can see in the mid and early game, you can do in pubs. You can practice that in pubs. The thing that's really hard to practice is this end game where 4 good teams are in it, because that doesn't happen a lot in pubs. A lot of the time, there's just some cross feed or feed next to you, and there's only one other good team, or not any good teams at all. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this. Maybe you guys can improve a little bit, work on these skills, and then join us for a scrim or two. You know, it will be fun. Anyway, I'm done here. Thank you guys all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.